Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakatarash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, New York, who rule well. And salutations to all Akim pushing this word in truth and sincerity with charity to the four corners of the earth. We're going to get into a lesson about these churches basically and these false prophets on the streets. As the title of this lesson is, Meet Us for Mass. And knowing mass is the root word in massacre, which is death. So it's really meet us for death, is what these false prophets are pushing out here, Everything that you're learning in these so-called churches, all right, synagogues, that's all bullshit, man. Those aren't gods. You're following after Satan, and you want to open up for that?
Yeah, this is the book of Micah, chapter 3 and 1, and it reads, "And I said, Hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. It is not for you to know judgment."
Yeah, so basically, who are the modern day heads of Jacob, all right, and the princes of the house of Israel, all right? It's starting off with those that call themselves Israelites, all right? And you got a lot of false prophets, that the brother had mentioned. And also these pastors, man, all right? Because a lot of these pastors, they actually know that they're Israelites. But they've taken that curse, man. They made a covenant with death, all right? Which death is, talking about Esau. Instead of teaching the correct doctrine, teaching the people, who they are, they rather, sell out. They do things for filthy lucre's sake, as the scriptures say.
Keep going on there.
Yep.
Verse 2, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from off their bones.
Yeah, so they hate the good and love the evil. They don't love true righteous judgment. That's why they pervert the doctrine. That's why they pervert, the things that are written in these scriptures. All right? They love this world, and this is a present evil, wicked society, man. Okay? And when it says when they pluck off their skin from them and their flesh from off their bones, that's talking about, because when you read Ezekiel, the 37th chapter talks about the valley of the dry bones. And when you basically get this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, when you understand that you're an Israelite, now you're putting on your flesh, your identity, basically. So what they're trying to do is take that off from you. They're trying to tell you that you're still African American, that you're Mexican, Puerto Rican, you're Native American, you're Cherokee Indian. That's what they want you to be. All right? And that's because their slave master, Esau, Edom, told them to do that. And if they do that, what do they get? They get some crumbs, okay? They might live in a nice suburb where they can get, a nice Porsche, a nice Lexus, with the, house or a mini mansion, all right, with several rooms and bathrooms, man. All right? That's what they sell out for.
I mean, there was that one pastor that bought his wife an SUV Ferrari.
Look at it was a while ago, maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. I think it was one of the heads of HOI, House of Israel, was posted on Order Room. Basically, he was put in jail for fraud for stealing millions and millions of dollars from the church.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was IUI. Yeah, that IUIC and HOI too.
Then you had the thing with Comfy, man. All right, well, I forget the Israelite group that he's in, but he got basically Esau found him with that convicted him for that fraud or whatever, tax evasion. It was millions of dollars, man. All right.
But then you got the most simplest form of it too. You had that one preacher that supposedly was selling tickets to heaven. That's pictures. Pictures. That's pictures. Yeah, that's as low as that's spiritually as low as it goes and simple as our people get, man. Believing something like that. They believe these people, but then they will believe something like that, something of that. Like he's the Most High down here in the flesh, man. And that's why all types of false prophets and false leaders arise above Israel, man. And it always comes to the forefront when it's being, judged by the actual truth. You just see it. These people are just bugged out that are leading our people, and they're selfish. They don't have, and the Lord is not dealing with them, spiritually at all.
Going back into the Micah, keep reading on.
Yeah, keep reading there.
All right, who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off men, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces, as for the pot, and as flesh within the cauldron.
Yeah, they're spiritual cannibals, man. They're sick. These false prophets and pastors are very, very sick and demonic, man. All right. And the Lord's going to deal with them. It's going to get into it. Keep going.
Come. And you always hear about these Christian and Catholic pastors, raping little boys and girls, man. They're pedophiles, man. They're demonic. They have demons on them, man.
And they get away with it as well. You know what I mean? Showing that they're part of this world. Because the world loves its own.
Yeah, that's right. Reading on, then shall they cry unto Yahweh, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings.
That's right. So when judgment comes down the pipeline, the Lord's going to hide his face from them, all right? He's not going to give them that shield and that protection, which the elect, they have that shield and protection, all right? And that's because they're doing the righteous things. These guys aren't doing righteousness, all right? They're doing wickedness. Right? They love it, man. They love doing wicked acts, man. And then they're going to have a judgment. Everybody has a judgment, okay? The Lord is coming back with a righteous reward or a wicked reward, okay? And we're hoping to be a part of the group that gets that righteous reward.
I got a precept. This is Ezekiel 13:1. It says, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, Hear ye the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh of power, Woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing." And that's basically what's set up over our people today, man. These men, like the brother said, they're very demonic and satanic because they're following after their own spirit. It tells you that your mind is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. So obviously, who can know it? What's going to come out of the counsel from your own mind? Wickedness, if it's not according to the scriptures. And that's the type of umbrella that they have over our people. And Esau is taking advantage of that by way of the brother said they're getting fed crumbs to keep our people asleep. That's what's happening. He's put people that are not following the laws and customs, all right, that our people are supposed to follow. He's putting them over our people to make them contrary to the Most High, so that Esau can stay in power. That's all being orchestrated at the upper levels, man. And our people don't even understand. They're so ignorant to it. They're so blind to the fact that the truth is right in front of them on the highways and byways, week in and week out. All right, but that's because of these false pastors that they willingly took the job to do it. So therefore that judgment is going to come upon them. It says, O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge of the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord. So they're not really preparing our people for anything but to continue to keep their spirit, all right, adhere to this place which is about to be destroyed, man. The Lord said anything attached to this place, roughly paraphrasing, don't hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Anything attached to this place is going to get destroyed and decimated, man. And it's going to be brought to nothing if it's not getting adhered to the Most High to get a salvation out of here. That's what our people are supposed to be doing, but these pastors are not preparing our people for that. So when the time comes, our people are going to be, flabbergasted, you can use that word. They're going to be totally confused and baffled and bugged out, and they're not going to have that wisdom and knowledge and stability of the times, like Isaiah says, man, because they haven't been studying. Why? Because they don't have the right leadership. They're still in a delusion themselves, man.
Because they love the darkness. Yeah. Going back to that John 3:19, man. Yeah. They love darkness rather than light. They don't want to come to the light, man, because it reproves their acts, man. And they want to continue to please the flesh, to do what they think is right. Yeah. All right, because when you get into this truth, you're gonna get reproved, you're gonna get corrected, and you're gonna have to make a whole lifestyle change. All right, but these people want to dwell on that darkness and just submerge themselves in it, man.
I had something real quick in the
go ahead.
book of Jeremiah chapter 2 and 13, and it reads, Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? And you look up the word trimmest, and I got it written down right here. It says to be acceptable. So, all right, and that's what these pastors do, man. They trim their doctrine. All right, they take some certain things that the truth out of the Bible to be acceptable to this world, man. To seek the love of this world, man. All right,
that's right.
By allowing homosexuals in their congregation, women, etc., allowing you to get lineups, all right, because our people are hard-headed and rebellious, man, and our people don't want to get right, man. So hey, these pastors, they're gonna trim their way to seek love, man.
Yeah,
all right,
because ultimately they want that money, man.
Yeah.
Because that's what it comes down to, money, and then with money comes power. That's what they want. They rather get this temporal crown, man, instead of the everlasting crown. They don't want to suffer, man. Our people don't want to deal with the curses, man. But look, as the scriptures say, you're gonna cursed out when you come and sin, cursed out when you goest out. This stuff ain't gonna end until the Lord stops it.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of our people don't want to take accountability, man.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you read the scriptures and you figure out why we're in this position. Now we got to understand the fact that we got to suffer until the Lord wants to, plead His cause for us. We don't got no other choice. In the past we went off. That's why we're up to this point with nothing, man. But our people don't want to hear that. They want to hear the smooth things. They want to hear the deceits, man. And who gives you that? False prophets and false pastors, because they don't have that. They don't have the real thing. They don't have the 100% straight to the point truth to teach you. So that's why they set these people up over our people, to keep them in a delusion, to keep them asleep to the fact that we're supposed to be taking accountability for our nation now and remembering the Lord, and especially during this time when He's about to return, man.
Can I get this Micah 3? I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna start at 9. We're gonna jump down. There's Micah 3 and 9. Here I pray you, ye heads of the house of Jacob, and the princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment, which means hate judgment, and pervert all equity. Which they do. They pervert the doctrine. I'm gonna keep reading. They build up Zion with blood, and Jerusalem with iniquity, and that's what they do. Look, it talks about that the churches are harlot houses, man. Mm-hmm. Look at it, man. It's full. It's a den full of iniquity, man. And it says, the heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Okay, they do all these things because of the love of money. That's why it says in the scripture, if you can get it, was talking about the love of money is the root of all evil. It was at Timothy, 1 Timothy the 6th chapter, I believe. All right. Hey, that's what it all comes down to. Is that these people love money. That's their idol. That's their god, man. Yep. Is that money, man? And they do everything for hire. I mean, what do they all? What's that? The 501c3 charter.
Yes.
They get everything tax exempt. All right. You got these people giving them, every week hundreds and thousands of dollars of tight money. All right. That's why they want to do these things, man. Because they can live it up. They can basically, in a sense, live it up in Esau's kingdom. All right. You got that by any chance?
Yeah. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with money because it says it's a defense, but it said for the love of it.
Ooh, okay. I got one for you too.
Keep going.
Back in verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Which
that's going to pervert your judgment, your mindset. Keep going.
Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Exactly, because ultimately they're going to get that great judgment. Okay, really, they're hurting themselves. Because really, even when yes, that great darkful day of the Lord hasn't come yet. All right, but the Lord has judged a lot of these false prophets and pastors, man. Lord gives them crazy cases of ailments, where they got, diabetes, the strokes, all right? They might be in a coma. They might be, what do they call it, where they're in their bed, they're confined to their bed. Oh, I forgot what it's called, man.
Bedridden,
Some of them, they go through, crazy divorces, all right? Get, STDs, whatever it may be, man. Going back to that comfy guy, dude's in jail, man. Dude's rotting in jail. Same thing with the other guy, Kenai, man. All right? The Lord gets these people, man. All right, but, hey, but those who are reserved for the day of judgment, man, you are going to get I can't even put it in words. You're going to get some of the worst judgment. You're going to be beaten with many stripes, as the scriptures say.
And I had something.
Can I finish Micah? Or you got a precept because you mentioned. Let me finish this in Micah 3 and 11 again. It says, the heads thereof judge for reward, the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord Yahweh and say, is not the Lord Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us. And that's what they say, man. And nothing bad's gonna happen to them. But they're gonna be in for a reality check, man. The Lord is gonna come down with that great wrath, man. Okay? And the Lord ain't anything to play with, man. The Lord will systematically destroy your life, man, bit by bit. Okay? Until you're begging for mercy, man. And then the Lord will probably laugh at you. Well, is gonna laugh at you. All right? And you're not gonna die. The Lord's gonna make you suffer, man, in torment. I'm gonna keep going. Salaki, that's it on that.
I got one for you. You got one?
He had one.
Yeah, this is the book of no, hold up, I lost it.
Oh, I give it so much.
Oh, okay.
This is like a
This is Deuteronomy 18 and 20. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken. But the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. You know, and that's the position of these false prophets, man. They're telling us visions and things to come. Oh, America's gonna be all right. You know, the economy's gonna restabilize. You know, things like that, prosperity. Just continue to give me money out of your pocket, though. You know, telling you lies, not telling you that, not like it said in Ezekiel 13, or not preparing the gaps for you. You know, not building up your mind. Not leading you to a relationship with the Most High. They're leading you away from Him. Yeah. You know, the Most High is trying to make friends with the remnant of His people that want to be friends and want to be His inheritance, but they're leading you away from that. Oh yeah, come down this dark road instead of that light path leading to the Most High, man. You know, or stay in this path, stay over here. You know, stay in your suffering. Because you know, you go to the impoverished neighborhoods of Jake, and you see churches on every corner. Why are people still in the same condition? Because of niggas inside the church that's not teaching the right truth.
Yeah, you see? They teach that death style.
Exactly.
And look at the people, man.
Look at the people.
Starting off, they're spiritually destroyed, then mentally destroyed, then they'll be physically destroyed, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah, they don't know. They're not. It's not a light thing, man. What the Lord's seeing them do. They think it's light because they don't really know the Most High. They don't know His judgments. You know, that's why they continuously do these things. But that's why the Lord said, He said, their judgment lingereth not. I think in 2 Peter's, man. So that's why the judgment is about to come. Death and destruction for false prophets and anybody that's not coming, you know, in the spirit of the Lord, man. The true Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Not Jesus Christ, you know, the idol that is upon everybody's spirit, man. That's a heavy idol, man. Esau is a perfect. He did a perfect work, or the both sides did a perfect work with blinding these people with that idol, man. Yep. You know.
I had something. You still have more to that?
No, that's it.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5 and 38, and it reads, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, let them alone. If this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught." All right, and amen. For you so-called niggers, Hispanics, and Native Americans that can hear these words, man. All right, hey, leave those churches, man. All right, you know, get out those churches, man. You know, get out those false Israelite groups, man, because these churches and these other false Israelite groups, man, they're of men. All right, they're doing that for vainglory, man, for a profit, man. All right, to get glory on this side, man. All right, and eventually, the Most High is gonna put away with those false pastors and churches, man. All right, reading on, but if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest ye be found even to fight against the Most High. All right, so amen. This thing, the men of Great Millstone, man, the apostles, man, and the men that teach the likewise doctrine. Hey, man, this is of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is dealing with us, man, and it's not gonna come to naught, man. All right, hey, at the end of the days, man, in the latter days, man, hey, people are gonna know there was a prophet amongst us, man. Mm-hmm. People are gonna know that the men of Great Millstone and the brothers that teach the same doctrine, hey, they're gonna know that the Most High was dealing with us and that we were the true prophets, man. You know, so hey, just refrain from those churches, man, from those Catholic Christian churches, from IUIC, ICPK, man. All right, cause hey, man, you following them, man, is gonna lead to your destruction, man. Yep. You know,
cause they're not really leading the people in the spirit of the Lord, man. The Lord's not really there dealing with them like that, man.
They're of the world.
They're of the world. They're not. Yeah, they're not trying to do. Look, it's simple, man. A lot. You read the scriptures and you do to the best of your ability what the scripture says. You set up as a leader. You lead the people with what the Most High said, not with what you think. You know, because they put that spirit of what you think and what you feel is what's going to happen upon these people, man. You know, a lot of people they feel like, oh, if I'm a good person and I just let everybody do their wickedness if they do wickedness, and that's going off. You're not telling them.
They think that's love.
They think that's love. Oh yeah, just leave them alone. You know,
people don't really understand like really what love is, man. Love is reproof.
Yeah.
Correction. That's really love, because if you're allowing somebody to destroy themselves, that's not love. That is not love. You want your brethren, your sons, daughters, your wife, whoever it may be, you want them to do better. You want them to live. That is real love. Yeah. For you to live and be successful. And what's going to make you prosperous? Following the law, statutes, and commandments. Yep. It tells you that in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. If you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, basically you're going to be prosperous. You're going to
be set up high above all nations.
That's right.
7:6.
Okay? These people are all messed up, and you could thank Esau, Edom, man. But then not only just that, it's on them too, man, to a degree, because going back to John 3:19, they love darkness rather than light, man.
Yep.
They don't want to get reproved. They want to continue in this folly and this wickedness, man. And they're going to get judged for it, man. Mm-hmm. They will get judged. The Lord is not slack, man. All right, He's long-suffering, but hey, once that judgment comes down the pipeline, man, it's done, man. It's too late. You are not running from it. Yeah, that chain is going to be around your neck, so to speak, man. You're not getting out of it.
Con, I got one for you.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead. You got it.
Con, this is Isaiah 30.
Oh, beautiful. I already know what you're getting.
This is Isaiah 30:9. That this is a rebellious people.
Salaki, what does 1 say real quick? Go to 1. Yeah, can you start at 1? Go through 1 through 3 and then jump to 9.
Con. This is Isaiah 30:1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord."
Talking about the Israelites, you hard-headed niggas and spicks, tontos, whatever you want to be called, you fuckboys, man. Alright?
It says, "That walk to go down into Egypt." Or Salakia, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin."
Yep, hey, what spirit do they take on, man? The American spirit, man. Alright? That American, just mind frame. And what's America produce? None but homosexuals, freaks, and degenerates, man.
Yep.
Anything that's contrary to the scriptures, they're going to do it. This is not a righteous society. Hey, this is a wicked, present, evil world, man. All right? That promotes death, destruction, folly, and wickedness, man.
That's right. What did you read? It says, verse 2, "That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt."
Yep, and that's what our people do. They trust in this society. Because I think it's in maybe Isaiah 31. They trust in it because It has the great horses and all chariots. That chariots. Which what's the modern day horses and chariots? They're military might, man. All right, they trust in this place because it's the that bully on the block, man, so to speak.
It says, verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
That's right. Hey, you trusting in this place and you loving it, it's going to be your shame, man. All right? You're going to fall. They're going to fall, man. All right?
Yep.
Hey, we trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the Lord's going to deliver us from all the afflictions. Because it talks about that in Psalms 34 chapter, that the righteous, they go through many afflictions, but the Lord delivered them all out of all of them. All right? You go jump down to 9, I think that was it. Yep.
This is Isaiah 30:9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
Yep. Hey, you look at our people, man. They're hard-headed. They don't want to hear what's really coming out the Bible. They'll go to the Catholic Church or whatever, wherever, maybe the Jehovah's Witness Church. What is that? What are the other churches?
The Latter-day Saints, the Mormons.
What's one? The Southern Baptist Church. All those churches.
Lutheranism.
They'll get all into that, man. They'll hear 1 or 2 scriptures and then dance all day, man. Clap, all right? Hug each other and talk about prosperity, all day. But once you actually really get into the Bible, really start getting down, into these scriptures, you really breaking them down, these people don't want to hear it, man. And that shows that they're wicked, man. That goes going back to that John 3:19, which, I'm probably going to get in a moment. They love darkness rather than light.
It's Isaiah 30:10, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits. Get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And that's how. And who's at the head of it? Who's at the head of that? Who's at the head of causing our people to cease from the Most High? These pastors. And then who willingly goes to the pastor? All right, when they understand their condition is fucked up, but they continually go to the pastor. Our people, 2/3 of them, because they're rebellious children, man. And they're doing the same thing. Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar always say, our people are doing the same thing, man. It's a cycle, man. They're doing the same thing. That's why Jeremiah was so upset with them. That's why Isaiah was that's why the Lord was upset with them. You people of little faith, But that's why that's why the Lord always saves that remnant, man. You see, that gets it. That's tired of going through the same stuff and wants to way out. And that's the remnant and the elect and the innumerable multitude, man. You see? It says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in the high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
Yep, hey, that breach, all right, is going to break, man.
Yep.
And what's going to come? That flood, man. And what's that flood? Esau and his sword. And you're not going to have that covering. See, it says in the scriptures that in Isaiah that the flood's going to come, but then the Lord's going to lift up that standard. The elect are going to have that standard. They're going to either have the angels protect us, okay? Because Michael the archangel is going to come, all right, and the other angels too. And there's examples in the scriptures of that. During the time of the Maccabees and all that. Mm-hmm. Or the Lord's literally going to give you spiritual powers to combat Esau's military might. But you people, man, once that breach is broken, man, you're going to be swallowed up, and you're going to die terribly, man. Esau's going to do some weird stuff to you, man. He's going to do all that sick science, what do you call it? Freak scientist, man. Mad scientist. He's going to perform all these, tests on you. He's going to be fucking you in your butt. Because Esau's a weirdo with the butt for whatever reason. Alright? He's going to be sodomizing you all day. Just doing weird stuff, man. I don't know, man. This guy's a creep, man.
He's profane.
Profane, man. Right. Exactly.
And they show it to you he shows it to you through his movies. Hostile, Jeepers Creepers. all these weird movies where you do bugged out. What was it, that Human Centipede? All this bugged out. That's what he's gonna do to you people, man. That's why the brother from South Carolina, he calls it the great meat grinder of Jacob. The 2/3, man. The great meat grinder. That's what the Lord's about to turn on. You know? And who is he gonna use? Esau. Esau's gonna be that grinder.
Yep.
You know, and the Most High is gonna direct you right into the path of Esau to get destroyed, man. You know? Because you didn't take heed to that's why he said it shall be as a breach, ready to fall unto you. Because the white man ready to get rid of you niggas, man. You know? He really wants to get rid of us because we try to wake our people up. But he gonna see that he can't really do nothing to the Lord's elect, Lord willing with those men, and he's just gonna go after you 2/3, man. But that was all the will of the Lord, because you didn't want to take heed. You know? That's all I have.
Yep.
Well, this is Titus chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, you know, who know this truth, you know. They twist it up and teach our people the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? Like these ABC camps out here, you know. Verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake, you know. And, you know, I think it's IUIC, yeah, I believe so. They're a 501c3 charter. You know, there's no difference in them and these Catholic churches or Baptist churches, you know.
Because they got a guideline to follow.
They do have the guideline.
They have a guideline to follow, and they can't go out of that guideline. And if they do, that's when you start seeing these scandals come about. That's when it becomes known. That's when Esau throws your name in the dirt, man. All right? Because as long as you're following the guidelines, Esau doesn't care. No. Hey, even with these drug dealers, hey, as long as you give me a cut of everything, go sell your dope all day. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Go kill people. We don't care. As long as we're getting a cut, man. As long as you're following what we say, what you need, as long as you follow what we say for you to follow, then we're cool.
Okay. This is Jeremiah chapter.
And the Lord, like you said, the Lord's gonna stop your mouths, man.
Must be stopped.
It must be stopped, man. All right, and it is right now. These false prophets and pastors, they're getting consumed by the word first and foremost, man.
Yep.
This truth is destroying these people, man. That's why I think it was like a year or so back, you had these pastors getting mad because we're teaching the truth. They had videos on us and all that. I forgot who it was, man. All right, I think it was one of these. Was it TD Jakes or something like that? He started tweaking, man. All right, because people started questioning him. People started, he started losing members in his congregation. All right, they're losing money, man. All right. And then eventually the Lord's going to really just stop them physically, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They called us fast food babies.
All right.
Yeah, we can give you the fast food, the food of the scriptures. We can give it to you fast, too.
Yeah.
You know, so you really, you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth, even with the shit you be saying, man.
Yeah. That was a weak-ass scarf.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? You guys are fast food babies.
Yeah, but they got the understanding of the Lord, and your bald head ass don't.
Your ass gonna drop dead from fucking eating a goddamn pork chop sandwich, bro.
That's his favorite too. TD Jakes. Man, the Lord will get you niggas, man.
Gonna get one of them sandwiches from Maxwell's.
Oh shit. This is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 13. For from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covetousness. And from the prophet, even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely. Yeah, right?
You got it, Ox.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Yeah, so, these small little preachers, around your neighborhood, to those that you see on TV, man, if they're not coming with these words here, with the understanding, man, the Most High's not dealing with them, man. They're only dealing to get that money, man. They don't care about your salvation. Slack it. They don't care about your salvation, leading you and your household, correctly. All right. They just want to make money right now in this little time, man. In Esau Edom's kingdom, you don't want to make it here. You want to be satisfied with food and raiment, man. Just food and clothes. Asking the Lord not to make me poor nor rich, but just to give me what I need.
Right. Do I have something?
No.
And I got a precept for you, Kim. This is Isaiah 28, and I'm gonna start at Salakia. Got where it's at exactly right here. Isaiah 28:15. Let me actually. I'm gonna start at 14. Isaiah 28:14. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye scornful men, that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. All right, and that's going to these false pastors and prophets. Okay, because they're the ones who are really ruling. All right, they have influence, authority. Okay, over the people, but they don't rule in truth, sincerity, equity. All right, and it says 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And that's these people, okay? These false prophets and pastors. All right, they made that covenant with Esau because he is as death, as it says in Habakkuk, 2nd chapter, the 5th verse, man. All right, and he's the son of perdition. Okay, and since they think that they're in this covenant with him, that they're gonna have some type of pass when that day comes, which it's not gonna happen. Esau's coming for all of you, man. Whether you call yourself an Israelite or whether you're just TD Jake, all right, or whatever whatever pastor you are, man. All right, they're coming for you in that day. And it says, verse 16, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I lay in Zion a foundation, a stone, a tri-stone, a precious stone, a sure foundation. This is talking about Yahweh Shai. He that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. All right. Going back to that one scripture with the breaches and all that. All right, that's gonna break. Esau's gonna come in with that flood, and you're gonna be washed away. You're gonna die terribly.
Oh, can you grab one more scripture? Amos 9:10. Yeah, after you said that.
Shit, start at 8.
Thank you.
And the Lord's not gonna let you guys keep doing this. This is not gonna last forever. And we're in that time period where we're seeing the downfall of everything. What is it? It's a decadent society, man. All right, it's a decayed society. It's losing, man. This place is withering away. You see it every day. There's just something on the news that shows that this place is going down. You got that scripture for you, brother?
Yeah, this is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8, and it reads, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
Yeah, and this is a twofold. All right, we usually use this talking about America as that sinful kingdom, but really this was first talking about the nation of Israel. And look, the eyes of the Lord are upon you, wicked, evil motherfuckers, man. All right, you damn devils, man. All right, that call themselves Israelites or pastors, whatever. The ones that are wolves in sheep clothing, man. The Lord's gonna kill you, man.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh.
Yep, the Lord's going to save that remnant. Mm-hmm. The Lord's going to save the remnant because he made a covenant with our forefathers. All right? So all of us can't be destroyed, but you wicked, you 2/3, you're going to die.
For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve.
Yep. The Lord's going to gather the elect from all nations, okay? Keep going.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Because, a lot of these churchgoers, they already claim to be saved, Alright, but they have no clue that death and destruction is, around the corner, These pastors are leading them astray, so all of them, from the least to the greatest, infants that had it coming, and elderly, and all those in between. All the sinners of my people are gonna die by the sword, man. They're gonna die grievous deaths, and through death by pain. That's the way they're gonna learn, and that's the only way, man. That's their only remedy at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here, and us, preaching on the streets, that's gonna come to an end soon. The Amos 8:11 now. The famine of the word is approaching.
Right.
And once it's here, it's gonna be over for you 2/3, man. Because the Lord stretched out His hand, He called, and you refused, man. You wanted none of His counsel, man. So He's gonna laugh at your calamity, and Lord willing, we do too.
God.
And with that, we hope this lesson was edifying. Again, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone in New York who will well. And salutations to all the Akim pushing this word in truth and sincerity with charity to the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Ba, 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 ba.
Ba, ba, ba.